Puerto Paraíso, maybe can maximize by Red Rocket and again to Kumakera, Minas del Val, Val del Mar, and also Minas del Sur. The other place like El Azahar, Chinda, San Martin is really need to have a vehicle to go right there because it's quite far from the
Yep.
plane flight path itself. So we'll see if the other or if the pro players right here will secure the vehicle first and maybe go to their location.
Yeah, with this kind of flight path, usually there's gonna be an early fight, fighting for the vehicles, and there's gonna be some players dropping out towards the lobby because some players do really need their vehicles to go to El Pozo maybe, or maybe La Cobreria, because if they force their parachute, I think it's not gonna work. So the circle. For me, I think it's gonna be going towards El Pozo because it has been going towards that mountain near Impala. Oh my god.
Oh my god, actually this
Oh,
zone is
I should stop talking, you know.
do not worry about it, but yeah, most of the teams still persistent with the comfort zone, Red Rocket, Puerto, Saron, Impala, BTR still with the Picado, and again Louvre, El Azahar, Morp, going to the Kumakera, even though they will meet the other team, which is NFT. Will be interesting because Kumakera itself have a different kind of terrain, one at the higher ground, one at the lower ground, but yeah, Siren at Impala, inside the zone, they are still quite good enough. And Siren actually have a good luck today because at the previous match, Vikendi, they are still inside the zone until the third phase. And again, Miranmar right now, they still have the zone inside the Impala. But right now, quite interesting at Los Leones, Onyx and also Alter Ego Classic, both of them. But yeah, wide area, it is not easy to spot each other. And right now, Geek, still, like you already predict before, they fight for the vehicle, and I think Geek is lost the fight.
Yeah, and he's gonna face one of the player from EVOS, I guess. One player is actually waiting just across the road, waiting for his teammates to save him. But as you can see, the circle is going towards that mountain again in Impala, where for me, Siren is actually in a good advantage. If they want to hold that mountain, they're gonna be able to actually do the early rotation first towards that mountain. And Foxy, I don't actually know what he's doing. He's just waiting at that cross road, and it's gonna be a pretty dangerous one because GigFam is finally having their own vehicles, but they are not gonna spot Foxy, I guess, on the side of the road. So he's gonna be safe for now, but his teammates need to save him from that kind of situation.
Yeah, and back again to Dronix, still do scrapping on the top of the hill near San Martin. And yeah, on Dronix, Uchup actually have one knockdown from the movement of... Oh no, it's actually from Geek. Yeah, Boo Boo already being taken down as the first player go to the lobby. And right now, Geek already quite...
Oh, what?
God, from that far distance, Uchup only with Iron Sight, but managed to knock down one of the player from Geek. This, what?
That
What?
was such a nasty shot from
my
Uchup.
God.
It was... if I was Ging fam, I would be really mad, you know, because there's no way you can actually connect that shot with just Iron Shot. It's just pure luck and also skill because he's actually using his vehicle, you know. So yeah, it was such an unfortunate event for Datmos. So yeah, he's just basically waiting for his life to end. But ooh, also in the other side of the map, IOG is also being one of their player are actually being sent off to the lobby, and now of course XCN is pushing towards IOG, and again because of the flight path there will be some of the teams clashing early in the game.
Yeah, and F2R actually managed to defend himself even though 4 player of XCN already reached and left alone F2R in the very hard to fight, a lot of players right there. One of the player, Ivory, can still be revived, and this is a very bad condition for IOG because I think at least 2 of their players already been taken down. And right now still the classic Alter Ego and also Onyx still inside Los Leones, a very wide area. To the loot right here, and Uchup maybe try to push another lock, but it's very far away. And again, the target is Gig. Gig is really in a bad day for them.
Yeah, and of course, and also IOG. I think they have lost 3 of their players because XCN has actually got
kills.
3 kills, so I think it's gonna be a last man standing for IOG again. It's not a good way for them to actually start the game. They have always lost the early battle and losing a lot of their players early in the game, so that when they actually manage to get into the late game, they don't have enough players to be played. And now Morph is splitting again, and FD is just looting right now, trying to find the most optimal healing prompt for them. And already having a 3rd level helmet, it's good news for Flippy. He'll be able to snipe some of the players with no worries, I guess.
Yeah, with no worries, because level 3 helmet is very strong. Only AWM can take it down with one shot, and Rhino Red Rocket already moved quite far away. I think Red Rocket is the second from them, because they moved from Puerto Paraiso, already have this open field. It's actually quite good because it's quite close with La Bendita and also Impala. Yeah, they actually can cut a lot of rotation right here, but because Redface is only alone right there, it's actually quite hard to shot the other team. But this is very interesting, because start from this week, all of the team really play quite different. They separated with more than one smaller group or even 2 smaller groups. So yeah, like Redface right here is quite risky actually, just left alone like that, because back at the game, if full squad come towards you, you can't do anything about it, like we already saw before with IOG. But right now, I don't know what is the observer right now doing. Maybe just giving us information about how wide Miranmar is, how sandy Miranmar is.
Wonderful
What a wonderful world. But yeah, NFT, I don't know, this is actually interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's just showing a whole new world to us.
And this is the mountain.
Yep.
You really already have a good synonym for it about the GOAT battle right here. Onyx already have the movement, and I think this is very far movement too from Onyx, because they move from Los Leones. Siren still at the Impala. They will need to maximize all the loots at Impala. Ray 2000 as the sniper, already have the Car 98 and also the Ballet loops. Very good for him. Yeah, and also 8 times scope. So yeah, it's already upper hand for Siren, and really hope for them have a chicken dinner. I really hope Siren can get the winner with a chicken dinner, because they are the left 2 team that still doesn't have any winner with a chicken dinner.
Yeah, it's gonna be because they need to fight towards the 16th position to actually qualify for the playoff, and they're not that far from that position. They still have a chance, but they need to step up their games right now, or else they're gonna be they won't be able to actually qualify for the playoff. And DG is now forcing right on the crossroad of Los Leones. And they're trying to spot alter ego heroes, who's actually in the open field. Marco is just now tapping towards heroes, but finally one bullet connect, but heroes will manage to actually rotate. But what heroes? Oh, I think he tried to escape from his car, which was blown out by DG, but he stepped out from the vehicle too early and too fast. That's why he's gonna drop out and has a solo accident there. And thankfully, even though he's sent off to the lobby, he's not giving any point towards the enemy.
Yeah, it's actually unfortunate, but all 3 kills by but DG actually
My God.
kill. And right now the zone. I don't know, Wilson. Are you the one that attracts that zone to Miranmar itself? Because
it's a deja vu for me.
Yeah, it's actually deja vu. If this happened again 3 times for you, you can get a bowl.
Yeah, I should be awarded by an achievement, you know, achievement unlocked. Casting the greatest of all time on the mountains.
Oh my God.
For 3 times in a row.
Yeah, that's actually true, because yeah, for every cast you do at Miranmar, the zone ended right there or even close right there. But right now, Alter Ego already left with 3 men left, because one of the players is actually do the accident for himself. Yeah, heroes can't be revived, can't be safe right there, and I think Alter Ego really need to play quite passively right now, and Morp already have the vision for BTR. Do not want to take the risk, because actually Morp is quite far each other.
Yeah, correct. And for me, if I was coming from Group C, I would have learned the thing that mountain that Boom was holding yesterday was actually really strong. If I was given this kind of circle again, I would actually just rotate early towards that mountain, you know, just hold off that angle, because it was such a strong mountain to hold, and even though you need to actually go down, if the circle is not friendly towards you, you can actually rotate easily if you actually know the angle. But as we can see, Bigetron is still doing the sweeping kind of game. They don't actually go towards the dead center of the circle. They're just holding out the right outside of the circle. And there's actually Morph, I think, which is inside on the crosshair of Bigetron.
And M249 is at the airdrop. I don't know Ryzen already take it or not. But what interesting in here, BTR already changed the roster again. Microboy comes back to the game. Alice already being replaced again. But still they really play well, even though with a different roster. Because I don't know, maybe they are already a strong team, or they have a strong bond between each other. But right now Luxi, I think, want to play safe, and Ryzen want to have the M249 because I think they will know. They will have a close combat bell after this.
Oh.
But yeah, really already being taken. Okay.
It's gonna be a surprising fire coming from Morph, trying to warn Bigetron to get out of their area here. And of course, Ryzen will need to be careful. And oh my god, Zaxi, on the other hand, will get no mercy. And now I think it's gonna be a push from Bigetron. One player is going towards Morph right now, and whoa, we're gonna change to Arrow Wolf. I'm really curious on what's happening with Morph and Bigetron on the other side of the map, because Bigetron actually decides to push No Mercy, and he's gonna finish. And of course, Ryzen also getting Jaxi off with a grenade, and it's gonna be a finishing move towards Jaxi with a pan. Bigetron will get 2 kills from Morph.
Yeah, it's actually really unfortunate because we want to see the exact moment when BTR want to push towards more. But again, when it's spread out, when you already have a divided team with 2 smaller groups, like what we already saw before between Bigetron and Morph, actually quite hard to defend with. And the zone is still in there. Onyx is still on the mountain, and we will see later because, yeah, Onyx, you already said before, very strong place to be camped in and actually have a lot of vision towards all of the open field into La Bendita and also to Impala itself.
Yeah, again, we're gonna be playing on the top of the mountains. And of course, in Miranmar, it's actually a good idea to hold off the highest angle possible, because it's gonna be hard for the players who want to push towards the high angle when there's already another team on the top of the mountain. And now Aerowolf is doing an early rotation, seeing Bonafide, and now Ryzen is spraying towards hands! And of course, it's gonna be connected, all the shots from Ryzen, sending one player from Alter Ego towards the lobby, and Luxi will join the party here. Smais is trying to find his way out from the conflict, and he's gonna be safe for now. Bigetron again getting 1 kill after another.
Yeah, this is a really bad round for Alter Ego because 2 of their players taken down related to the car accident. One is solo accident and the other is being shot by BTR. But right now, they are at the lower ground. It's already changed by DG actually. Wow, DG wants to contest the kill. BTR Zaxi already at the low HP, but it's not enough to knock him down. One more hit to neck and Zaxi will be knocked down. But they still have that slope. They still have that lower terrain. So this will be a long bell, I guess. But if DG already being knocked down, 1 or even 2, BTR will have the confidence. They will push towards the DG team.
It's gonna be they're gonna be spending a lot of smokes, I guess, to actually push DG here. So it's gonna be either way. They'll need 1 player to actually connect, and Microboy is just lurking. DG is actually focusing towards 1 angle, and Microboy slowly but surely putting presence towards DG, trying to split the focus of the team here. And Ranix will join the party from behind. Ryzen is sprayed down by Lyzer, but he's gonna survive. Lyzer not connecting all of the shots, and somehow Ryzen will be saved from the shots of Lyzerk. And still, Lyzerk is trying to connect his shots, trying to knock one of the players from Bigetron. And now Lyzerk will be able to reload his guns, and of course Bigetron also will be able to be safe for now. Again, it's gonna be a 3-way showdown.
Yeah, 3-way showdown between Bigetron and again the other team, which is Ranix and also DG on the top of the hill. But right now Onyx still have the upper ground. The last place you already mentioned before, this mountain, is actually really strong. right now. Actually, really in a bad position. Can't do anything about the vehicle already being knocked out. I've already actually quite hard to revive. But yeah, the zone is bouncing towards the west.
Oh my god, it's gonna be a really open field as you can see. Even on the map, there's nothing there. There's
Yeah.
basically nothing there. It's gonna be a battle of cars in the late game. And now Bigetron is gonna punish Lizer, who's gonna be stuck right behind the trees. It's gonna be a target point for Bigetron for Lizer here. And Muzat is trying to save him, but Luxy will be knocked down by Dranix Ucho from the other side of the map.
Yeah, it's actually quite good, but DG
Oh.
snatch the kill, steal the kill. That's a good kill still from DG. They already have one more kill. Having each other, that is, come on, it's a terrain, it's quite hard to shot each other, but already lost by their one player. Oh, it's a really hard situation for BTR, high ground for DG, and also the other place is already occupied by Dranix. Dranix has the upper hand, or even Mikrobo is still far away from Bigetron. Zaxi is left behind with Ryzen right here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard position for Bigetron to hold. They'll need to spend most of their smokes right now just to be safe from both angles. Because Vanco is actually right now on the higher angle, and it's gonna be an easy target for them towards Bigetron. And also they're actually inside the circle, though, so they don't need to rotate or to move. So yeah, Bigetron is in a hard spot right now. They are getting sandwiched by two angles, by Trunks and also a DG, and now Zabro is fighting towards the Red Rocket, who's already inside the circle, but there's gonna be one fight remind. But again, Rensky is gonna push, and oh no, what did just happen?
What?
Did he just fall from the vehicle?
I think so, because from the killing field, there is no one from the other player shot him down. It's actually unfortunate for Morph because they are the first team that will go to the lobby.
Ooh, it was such an unfortunate event for Morph. Once again, finishing off early in the game, and Renalre trying to cook his grenade away out towards Onyx here. And is it gonna connect? It's gonna miss. And Arrow Renalre needs to reposition himself because Arrow Wolf is actually being sandwiched, and XGN will actually face Arrow Wolf right now in a similar fashion towards yesterday's game. And now Renalre is trying to push. XGN is on killing spree, getting 5 kills for now. Also Rubro is gonna be spraying Onyx, but now Slayer has been spotted. He's gonna try to connect all of his shots and actually getting Copinly in the process.
Yeah, Nick is left alone right there. Very hard situation. Arwolf is but too easy. Spotted by Spov. No, that's actually very low HP.
Yeah, it's a pixel HP. Too easy is safe for now, but he's gonna be in a really bad position to actually go out because he's basically in an open field, and now it's gonna be a 5-way showdown. It's basically chaos now, right outside of the circle. Arrow Wolf actually has ground to play, but right in front of them there will be 3 teams waiting for them, and Spav has already been knocked down by Nick, and 1 player left for Arrow Wolf.
Yeah, DG already have this vision for BTR. They really need to track the situation. And right now the zone, this is actually the extreme zone that will happen at Vikendi, but right now it happens at Miranmar. And no other team right now so far already inside the zone. This will be a bloodbath to go inside the circle.
You don't want to go, you don't want to do early rotation in this kind of circle because there's basically nothing inside the circle. You don't want to be a backstab, or you don't want to be, get caught by players just waiting outside of the zone, especially the ones having the high grounds like DG here. Because once you get inside the circle, you'll be open for towards all of the teams right outside. And now Ozona is pushing towards the house, getting 2 kills right now, getting 2 players from Sinan, who's not gonna be able to do anything. And now it's gonna be a rotation for all of the teams. Either they want it or not, they need to get inside the circle in the fast of nothingness in Miranmar.
Yeah, it is really interesting to see Louvre, even though Sinan's still in there, but Neko just already have the rotation. But yeah, again, falling down from the vehicle. It's already more than 2 times happened at the same round. But yeah, again, already said it for you. It's a very open field shot from the other player. This is the disadvantage if you do the early rotation. Liquid Noob still holding right there. Already have the vision. Ozora is being taken down. It's really hard to revive him right now.
Yeah, it's a really nasty circle for all of the teams. Ozora, I guess, will not be revived as well. And Masgaga is actually having a good position. NFT is actually having a good angle to hold as DG is trying to push towards Bigetron. Microboy, one grenade is being cooked by DG. Microboy will be knocked down by Masgaga. And all of the teams are now basically playing with no barricades. Masgaga needs to find a cover to actually defend himself. DG is actually having a good time trying to push Bigetron out of their way. But again, it's gonna be a fest of nothingness in the last circle of Miranmar.
Yeah, DG still have the good position right here, and same goes to NFT. They still have the slope of the ground right there, but after the smoke is disappear, we will see, I think, a battle between NFT and DG, and they want to avoid it, so they throw another smoke to that place.
Yeah, look at this. There's no trees, there's no rocks to actually to be used to be a cover, and now NFT is just basically praying for all of the teams to not go towards their direction. And now Bigetron and DG will need to actually go inside the circle, but they're now the ones who are not actually in a good position. And again, the circle. Oh my God! Look at that circle. Your Red Rocket is basically just, thanks God, we don't have to rotate too far. And they actually have vehicles to beat their barricades. Now, they're in a good position to actually get a chicken dinner. Oh, but unless Spav is gonna spoil that chicken dinner for them.
Yeah, it's really like a condition when Red Rocket does yesterday at Big Candy, but Spav, it's a really nice shot, but he's left alone. So I think this is the time for him just to chill right there for a while, wait for the other battle, and yeah, the blowing up of the tire. So this will be a very strong fort for Red Rocket from the southern part of the circle right now. This will be a bloodbath in a while, in a short time, because 3 teams will go their try to go inside the zone.
Yeah, it's gonna be basically do or die for all of the teams. In the south part of the circle, what Ryzen will get Liquid and will actually eliminate one more player towards NFT there, and Bigetron will be pushed by DG. It's gonna be a bloodbath, it's gonna be a chaotic situation, and Whiskey will be knocked down by Red Rocket. One more player to go. Trix is gonna be getting a cover, and now Spav is just waiting for the right time to actually go out from his cover. So especially Red Rocket is now having the best position possible inside the circle.
Yeah, this is like a shooting gallery for Red Rocket because they're already inside the zone. 3 teams is still fighting one of them. And again, what a hat already being blew up by NFT Masgaga right there.
Look at this, Red Rocket actually having 4 more players to be played. As we can see, Bigetron is only having 2 players, DG1, Siren1, and NFT also having only 1 player to play, and Masgaga will be eliminated. And again, Bigetron Ryzen will actually be proning right now. Banko is getting shot by Red Rocket here, and DG will be eliminated. Red Rocket is actually in the front seat to actually win the chicken dinner.
Yeah, this is really interesting. Shooting gallery again and again for Red Rocket. They snatch kill after kill from the other team. Siren left with 1 player, BTR left with 2 players, but Ryzen, slight vision of Pixel, managed to maximize by Raid Face and actually have 1 knockdown from BTR. Oh lord. The car is already start?
I think they're gonna be pushing towards the crate here, trying to get a better angle. I think they want to spread out their players. I think they need to be careful because it's gonna be a two-way blade here, because again, it's gonna be a dangerous cross from them. Ryzen, of course, having a good ghillie suit here will help, and now as we can see, Red Rocket, they are actually gambling right now to push. They want to finish Bigetron, and it's gonna cost them 1 player. Zuxi again still lives on. And now, of course, Red Rocket, because of their rotation, they managed to survive inside the circle. Zuxi will be able to be healed by himself right now. Red Kings will have a good kill as well. So again, it's gonna be a 3-way showdown, but Red Rocket again is still in the front seat to actually win the chicken dinner, but no! Zaxi will actually get Teddy. They'll need to be careful here because whatever, everything can still happen. Kings is actually taken down to a low health, so it's gonna be a really scary situation. Siren is just lurking, waiting, just like a vulture.
Yes, Siren just have the best seat to watch a battle between Meteor and also Red Rocket. Red Rocket do a lot of things. Meteor do a lot of things, but Siren, I just need to chill here.
It's like watching a cinema bit, a war cinema between Bigetron and Red Rocket, and Siren is not even trying to get inside the circle, basically healing himself, but Bigetron is trying hard to defend their position, and Red Rocket is not, they're not able to actually break the defense, but Siren, my god! Siren has entered the game, trying to ruin the party between Bigetron and Red Rocket, and look at all of the players of Red Rocket, they're basically pushing Zaxi here, and he will finish Zaxi, and now one player left from Siren, and Bigetron will be sent off towards the lobby, and Siren will be spotted by Red Rocket now. Red Rocket is just basically finishing the game off, and Siren is just basically being a bad vulture for Bigetron.
What a nasty gameplay from Siren, from Siren itself. I don't know, I think from the first, he just wants to healing outside of the zone, but this is my chance, this is my time. Shot to the Meteor, one knockdown, and suddenly Red Rocket just, let's go push them!